Today I'm going to review what a DBQ is and also talk about what your expectations will be for the next week in sixth grade social studies. A DBQ is nothing more than a question that you will need to answer. A question that's out there that allows people to have some time to investigate different documents so that they can answer what the question is. And this week rather, we will be looking at the samurai and the knight to see what similarities and differences they have. And you will have to take a side. Do you feel that there's more similarities or more differences? And back that up with evidence that you find from your different documents that I will supply to you this week. The one thing you want to remember about a DBQ is that you do have to take a stand, whether you feel that it is similar or differences that the two have, and where in your documents do you have evidence to support your claim. And that evidence is all going to help you to explain your answer to the question in an essay. So, what are we going to be doing this week in class? Well, you'll notice that this week in class is a little bit different. And what I mean by that is let's take a look at our class. If you go into the social studies course, you'll see under your loading page something that's entitled DBQ project. So you're going to want to click that on. And that DBQ project has a whole bunch of activities that allow you to gather information, to form an opinion, and to answer your question, which you'll see at the very end is your essay that you will be asked to do. And I have a graphic organizer and some other things there for you. But that's where you're going to find the DBQ, is right after your unit of 3A that we just finished. And these are all the activities, although some of the activities are not scored. So don't panic if you don't see a submission field. We will be talking about that during our Google Meets this week in class. So let's get back to what it is that we're going to hopefully accomplish this week. All of you are going to have time to locate your materials for your DBQ. And as I said, I'll be going over that during the Google Meet. You're going to hopefully this week develop your own schedule for material investigation and planning. So what documents are you going to look at when? You should try to manage your time to see when and if you have time to look at those documents. Are you going to set aside a time or a day to do that? And if so, when are you going to do it? Please plan in advance. Make sure that you attend one of the Google Meets for this week. Again, our Google Meets are on Tuesdays from 11 to noon, Wednesdays from 8 to 9 a.m., or Thursdays from 1 to 2 p.m. Also, create a pace that you feel is easy for you to explore and investigate and plan your final piece. Try not to jam it all in one day because, as I said before, you don't want to procrastinate with a DBQ because this document has 6, possibly 7 different documents that you would want to use for your essay. And again, remember, I'm always here to help. The last thing I want to share with you, besides the website, or rather the support and buzz that you have within the class, is I have some helpful resources for you for your learning. The first one is a really quick video that gives you some tips and tricks on writing a DBQ. And again, like I said, I'll be going over this, but I wanted everyone to be able to have it at your leisure to be able to look at it. Also, there's a graphic organizer that I've developed for you to collect your data and to run a running record of all and tabulate all your comprehensive information that you might need. There's also a little text helper. How do you show text evidence? Maybe some starter words that you might want to use instead of always saying in the text or I found or I want to cite, etc. Also, there's another format here for your DBQ, and this is a great resource that walks you step by step of how to do a DBQ. Most of us have done a DBQ before, and this is review. But I do want to make sure that you have all the resources so that you're able to complete your task that you are going to be doing this week. So, as I said, right now, the one thing you might want to do is go into the course, visit and locate the materials for the DBQ. If you have a printer and you want to print it out, that's great. If you don't have a printer, don't worry about it. You won't need it. All you're going to need is that graphic organizer. For writing your information down and citing your evidence. You can also highlight that text, and I think that will hopefully help you. So remember, if you have any questions or you need information,